Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Cheese Gaming here, and welcome back to more of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. In the last part, we reached Lilycove City, and in this part, we're gonna do something different. As you notice, I'm in Slatesport. Well, let me tell you. Remember how I told you that I was going about that Feebas? Time to meet my new party member of the team. Feebas, and I just remembered, in order to save some time, I turned off the animation, so I'm gonna go right ahead and turn the animation right back on. There we go. But anyways, we finally got to know Feebas. It took, and let me tell you, it took a long time. Took me about 3 hours to actually find one, and an additional 2 hours to actually get to a nature that I wanted, which is the modest nature. Now there's two reasons why I want it to have the modest nature. One is that Feebas with the modest nature will like dry food, and by eating dry Pokeblocks, it will become more beautiful, and for something as ugly as that, we need to make it as beautiful as we can. Okay, joking aside, we want to have it max out its beauty so we can evolve it to a Milotic. Not to mention, modest nature also increases its special attack in exchange for its physical attack, and it learns a lot of good special moves. So here I am at the name reader, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it the name that I want. What name should I critique? My name you bestowed. Well, I didn't bestow it. It had it when I had it. So let's go ahead and give it a name, and I know exactly what name I want to get it. Utsukushī. So known as Utsukushī. For those who do not know, Utsukushī is Japanese for beautiful. And I also go ahead and got a fly slave, so I'm gonna go ahead to fly all the way to Lilycove City and actually get started. And as you see, the places that we can fly to are all blacked out. Only 4 more locations before we're all done with the game. Before this map is complete, so go ahead, and now I can finally go ahead and show you guys around Lilycove City. I'm not gonna evolve Utsukushī just yet. However, I also don't want to make it level up because I want to ensure that my Milotic gets very good moves early on. Because right now, Feebas, as far as I know, it only has Splash and Tackle. It does learn Flail at level 30, but that's kind of pointless. It pretty much has the same moveset as Feebas, except that I consider Milotic to be much better. And Team Aqua? Hey you, don't need the cave in the cove. Why? You don't need a reason why. I'm an adult, so you just listen to me. Sheesh. Anyways, this is the department store that May was blocking off. And you know what's sad is that in Generation 1 and Generation 2, while in Generation 1 you get the department store about halfway through the game, in Gen 2 it's about 1/3 of the way into the main game. But in this game we're already 2/3 of the way through the main game and the main story, and only then did we get to the department store. Unfortunately, it's not like in Mother and Earthbound where, okay, similar to Mother and Earthbound, people get in your way when you're trying to move, but unfortunately the bottom floor is not the return floor, so you're just gonna have to go to the next floor up. This place is going to sell your standard items. Finally they're gonna start selling max potions, which we kind of ran out of. I don't see the need to get max potions just yet. I'll go ahead and buy 2 super potions though. And yeah, revives. Do I have plenty of revives? Yes. Oh, by the way, they'll finally start selling max repels, but this is something. As you can see, 200 steps, 500 steps. As you can see, you're basically paying $200 for an additional extra step. So really, not max repels, but super repels are much more cost efficient than max repels. I got 6, which I feel perfectly comfortable having. This woman right here, she'll sell you the Pokeballs. She finally starts selling Ultra Balls, but I collected much of those at the Utsukushī City, as well as have Linoon picks them up. This place, I think, it's not the TM place, yeah, they're selling the battle items. X items I find completely useless. I think but here you can find proteins and calciums. These type of vitamins actually are permanent. I might as well go ahead over them. Basically there's hidden stats called EVs, and basically what you do is that when those EVs rise, they end up giving out more stats as your Pokemon level up. They're completely hidden, but you can gain them by fighting certain wild Pokemon, like I believe Zigzagoon and Electrodes will give +2 EVs. Each of these, I believe, only give 1 EV, and the EVs are maxed out at 255, because that's the max values of these types of handheld games at the time. But we got Protein that helps increase your attack EVs, Calcium increase your special attack EVs. I think Protein would be good for Linoon, however I don't like to use these because EVs are kind of cheap in my opinion. Unless you're playing competitive, in which case it's probably very important to raise up your EVs as much as you can. But yeah, I don't know a single person who would play competitively on the Game Boy Advance. So, attack, that would be good for Linoon. Special attack, that would definitely be good for my Feebas when it finally evolves into my Low-Tick. Iron, that increases defense. Well, that increases your special defense. Carbos, that was introduced and... oh no, what am I thinking? Carbos introduces speed. I want to say the Zinc actually became new in Gen 2 because of the special split, and HP up, very good. I like using that on Pokemon that already have a lot of HP, but it's good and increases HP EVs. I mean, they are very awesome. Awesome when playing competitive, but for me it makes the story so good. So if you're playing unless you're playing competitively, I find them kind of cheap. Here are TMs, negates all damage but may fail if used in succession. I believe that's Protect. Abnormally with prevent status abnormality, I think that's Safeguard. Lamp weakens physical attack, I believe that is Reflect. And that one is... I want to say Barrier, but I know that's not the case. I probably got these two confused, because they're so similar in their aspect. And how may I serve you? Well, this one, of course, I think is Flamethrower. That's Thunderbolt, we already know that. Or maybe it's Thunder. I'm pretty sure that it's Thunderbolt because I remember getting TM25. I think that's Blizzard, and that's Hyper Beam. So there's the TM counter if you want to go ahead and buy your TMs. Right here, all they're doing is selling items for your secret base. And here is a rooftop where you can go ahead and buy soda. This girl right here will teach one of your Pokemon substitute. Does this person have... okay, nothing important. So we'll just go all the way down the stairs. Or just use an elevator as a shortcut. First floor, please. Why does it have to be a lady to push higher to push a button for you? It's like the It's like the unemployment really that bad that they need to hire people or silly jobs like that. Here's a museum. Basically, you go ahead and compete in contests, and if you win, your picture ends up getting displayed in the museum. Aside from that, I think that the entrance fee is completely free. Yes, it is, and just full of artwork. The artwork becomes much more interesting in the remake because they have like images of Arceus and such with flowers art. Okay, never mind, because this picture was a reference to the Distortion World and Pokémon Platinum, the sequel to this game. And over here you would like find pictures of Arceus, which is a Pokemon that was introduced in Gen 4. However, we're not playing Gen 4, we're playing Gen 3, where none of those things exist. In here is the move deleter, which deletes any move that you want, including HM move. This guy, I don't think he has any importance. Okay, he's just criticizing villainous teams. This guy right here gives you an item. The same way suits me perfectly, a crisp breeze suits the sea. And you, a berry, suits you to a T. Why should that be so? When it gets right to it, it's because you're a trainer. He really went there. We moved our loot to our secret hideout today. Who are you? I was just talking to myself. There's a guy right here. I'm just a grunt, so I don't know what the boss is thinking. But being on Team Aqua, I'll know I'll get the chance to do big things. Who are you? I was just talking to myself. You have a friend right there. That's the same poor fashion sense. This guy will give you a TM, which is rest. Basically gets rid of all status ailments and fully heals you, but unfortunately makes you sleep for 3 turns. Now there's a whole bunch of items that you can find here. Right here you can find a Pokeball, which is completely useless at this point of the game. Items down here, which is a heart scale. There's certain people who would actually teach you move in exchange for that item. And over here, we find PP up. Very, very nice. And over here, you'll find that this guy is trying to train Wilmer and failing at it because he wants them to jump out of the water, but they don't. But those 3 Wilmers are pretty much blocking the way, so you can proceed in that direction. Another Team Aqua grunt. Belong to ours. Team Aqua would be a happier place for Pokemon too. Seems like they actually want to do good deeds, but they're kind of stuck. Hey you! Hey, down in front! I can't see the TV! Don't get in front of a TV in front of a bald man. And take a look, here's Scott staying at the hotel. Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just snoozing. I came to check out this Pokemon contest thing. I have to admit, it does look quite entertaining, but consider me a purist. I prefer battling and tough trainers, but that's just me. Brendan, I hope you'll enjoy everything like gyms, contests, battle tent, the whole works. Admittedly, I actually like the battle tents more than the gyms. Now, there's very few LPers who actually show this up, but here is the contest hall. Basically, you go ahead and enter your Pokemon in, and they basically act like beauty pageants. They'll judge you on the appearance of your Pokemon, as well as... And then afterward, you basically go off and show off your moves that have special effects to the crowd. Like, for example, you can go ahead and check what the effect the moves will have by going over here. As you can, Splash is Peel, that works great if performed last, and Tackle, which is a highly appealing move. Unfortunately, these two are like tough, so basically for example, a tough move won't do good in a beauty contest, for example. How to increase beauty? Well, basically you can go here and basically you can blend berries. Basically what happens is that a needle will spin around and you basically want to time it so you can push the button as the needle is pointing towards you. If you miss, you'll get an X. If you actually get it, it's a circle, and if it's right pixel perfect, it will get a double circle. Basically, when you're blending berries, the more you have them spin, the faster you make it spin. Each time you push the button, it will spin faster. Each time you get an X, it will spin slower. Basically, try to get it as fast as you can to get very strong berries. You can use that villain berry that I got them from the Berry Master's wife, which will make an extremely spicy food. But unfortunately, you can't do that without a Pokeball case. In order to get a Pokeball case, you just need to talk to the receptionist. And you really don't want to enter contests until you max out the appearance stats. Now, there's very certain amount of Pokeballs that you can feed that is represented by a shining star. Basically, the shining star will go around, and once it becomes a complete circle, you can no longer feed them Pokeblocks. I would like, however, in the remakes Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, their circle does not exist, and also Pokeblock levels don't exist. They're either just regular blue Pokeblocks with a rare chance of getting a Pokeblock plus. Pretty much, there's no limit on how many Pokeblocks you can feed, and considering that Feebas has become extremely common in the remakes, yeah, getting on my Milotic takes no effort at all. You can go ahead and talk to the Berry Master wife at this point now that you finally found out what contests are, and go ahead and tell her challenge contest, and she'll get you a very nice berry that would actually increase your beauty stat by a lot, and you can go ahead and to those loamy soils and go ahead and grow a whole bunch of them, and that pretty much guarantees right there that you can get a Milotic so long as it has a modest nature. If it has a nature that what am I saying? The Pokeblocks that they are fed, whether they like it or not, is based on their nature. Like I said before, Utsukushī has a modest nature, so it's going to like dry berries. It's going to like the dry flavor, but it's going to absolutely hate the spicy flavor. So, just keep it away from spicy food, and it should be perfectly fine. Like I said, it doesn't really matter in the remakes, so have fun. It's really not much of an achievement to evolve Milotic into, Feebas into Milotic anymore. But in this game, in Gen 3, as well as Gen 4, because the same mechanic carried over to Gen 4, evolving Feebas is annoying. And catching it is annoying too. But in Gen 5, it became so much easier, and now in Gen 6, where they're very common, it's not much of an achievement anymore. As you can see, way over there is actually a secret base of Team Aqua, but if we go ahead and surf there, they're going to say that they're going to block the path, saying that Archie has went off to Mount Pier to chasing after Maxie. So that's pretty much the direction that you have to go, to Mount Pier. So next time on Let's Play Pokemon Emerald, I guess we really have no choice but to head off to Mount Pier. When I end off this video, the end slate, I should put up an image of a chart of how the natures correspond to their favorite flavor, as well as and the chart should also show what the nature stats do. So this late in the game, even though the natures were introduced all the way back in the second video, now is pretty much the better time to go over natures, and what better to do that but with a chart. So next time on Let's Play Pokemon Emerald, we're heading to Mount Pier. Make sure to check out that chart, and I'll see you guys then.